Hey everybody, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. This is a subgroup from the Capella Academy called Freestyle, and they're going to be doing Water Under the Bridge by Adele. This is a request by Charlotte. Thank you so much for this request and the donation. And I am very familiar with this song, the original. My wife is a very, very big Adele fan. We actually went to see her in 2016. So I know most of her songs. Let's go.
If you're not the one for me, then how come I can bring you to your knees? If you're not the one for me, why do I hate the idea of being free? And if I'm not the one for you gotta stop holding me the way you do. Oh honey, if I'm not the one for you, why have we been through what we have been through? It's so cold out here in your if you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge. Oh. Saying our love ain't water under the bridge. Now what are you waiting for? You'll never seem to make it through the door. Oh, and who are you hiding from? It ain't no life to live like you're on the run. Have I ever asked for much? The only thing that I want is your love. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Your love ain't water under the bridge. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Your love ain't water under the bridge. Oh, saying our love ain't water under the bridge. It's so cold out here in your wilderness. I want you to be my keeper, but not if you are so reckless. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't want me. Our love ain't water under the bridge. If you're gonna let me down gently. Don't pretend that you don't
I like that ending. I very much like the beginning and the ending. For me, that felt the most powerful. The way they started, it almost felt like the swaying of water under the bridge with those, those harmonies, those lower harmonies, right? And then, ooh, like you almost feel like it's swaying. And I really like that idea of beginning with one person saying those first lines, my boy there. And I really like that they started with him as well, because you get a little bit of a contrast with the female voice of Adele, right? It's a different thing. It's totally different. But then for that second line, this girl with the glasses comes in. I really enjoyed her voice. I think she was my favorite voice. The first two were really great. And you almost get like a duet, because the first line begins with I, and then that second is like you. And it's almost like, ooh, this could really be turned into like almost a duet. So I really like that part of the arrangement. It's like, that's interesting. When you have only Adele, you're not really thinking about that. She's just changing the narrative, from first person to second person, which is done all the time in story. But when you actually split it up in two people, that's very, very interesting. So I like that part. Then it turned, this, then we had the rhythm more and a little bit more beatboxing in it. I really like that, but almost contrasting with the lyrics, I found myself nodding to it. But then I think, the lyrics are not really notable. Is that a word? Notable? So I found myself nodding to this like, let me down gently. And, they turn into a bop. And sometimes that happens in music when you have like almost upbeat music, and then the lyrics contrasted with a little bit more heavier type stuff. I've noticed that in some songs. So they did that here. And it's almost like, oh, should I be not into this or not? So they really did a great job. I love that ending there. And some of the backing vocals too. There's so much going on. I try to pay attention to everything, their movements as well, especially at the end when they were all coming forward with the and then they came forward. The lighting is really nice. And then, all these moving parts, man, it's incredible. The timing is always very essential with these things too, in the music, in the parts they're doing, whether it's bass, rhythm, beatboxing, singing, and then also just moving around on stage. Yeah, they are like water under a bridge, man. They're just moving and flowing, and it seemed seamless. It seems seamless. So yeah, always a lot of respect for these young cats. But this one is a bit older, I guess. This is not one of their latest releases. This one is from a few years ago, I think. So yeah, good stuff, man. Great song too. Thank you for introducing me to this once again and for joining me on this journey. Have a wonderful day. Catch you in the next one. Peace.